Hare Krishna. So, how is everybody? I'm seeing that many of you are chanting very nicely. Nice to watch you. I'm watching from upstairs. I see many of you are chanting, walking, and some of you even go to the beach and chant there. And I noticed that the popular spot is the staircase in front of the hotel. So you all like to sit there and, I think, chant. Very good. So, in general, you are enjoying your participation here. Very good. And so today is the second day of our discussion of Srila Prabhupada's position as the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Yesterday what I did, I gave you just an overview, just a basic understanding of three things here. We needed to understand who is Srila Prabhupada in our life. Isn't it clear? Is it clear? Who is Srila Prabhupada in our lives? We, the members of ISKCON. And who is Srila Prabhupada in our lives? Srila Prabhupada is the principal guiding factor. Right? Or is there somebody else who is guiding us in our life? Even our respective gurus are there, but they are simply representing Srila Prabhupada. The main guiding factor is Srila Prabhupada through his teachings. Then the second consideration is that in order to effectively spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, we need an institution. Is that clear in your mind? Now if I ask you, well, why do you need an institution? So let the devotees carry on preaching and we don't need institution. Sometimes that point comes up actually. Some individuals say that, organized religion is bad. Institution means an organized structure. They say organized structure is bad. I mean, in some cases maybe, but in our case, this organized structure is essential. Why it is essential? Because if we don't have the organized structure, then this effective preaching will not be there. Like today, what is happening in ISKCON? Anybody can go anywhere in this world and he will find his place there. Whether he is a big leader or whether he is a ordinary devotee. Say for example, if you go to India, what do? Do you have to make your own arrangements in an elaborate way? Book hotel, book this, book that. Do you have to do that? You can just write to ISKCON temple, wherever say you are going to Ujjain. So what do? You write in the website, you see what is ISKCON Ujjain's address. And then you write to them, just to send an email. Hopefully you'll get the reply. And you tell them that I am coming for so many days, and the response comes, fine. We booked a room for you, and please send us your flight details, and we'll send the car to pick you up. And there you are. All you have to do is send an email. And then you go there and what do you find? A temple with devotees, with so many wonderful spiritual activities going on. and you feel this is my home. So wherever you go, in whichever temple of ISKCON you go to, you get that feeling that I have come home. Now if ISKCON was not there, what would have happened? Could we have that same feeling? Could we have that same reception? No. So that's why, and now consider somebody joins the movement. Like somebody writes, it often happens actually. Somebody writes, say I'll tell you a story. Burma, Myanmar is a country which is going through a lot of difficulties. It's practically a communist country. And the whole world has given up communism, but some countries did not. They are adopting communism now. And there everything is practically behind Iron Curtain. Now, one person went to America and he got a book, Prabhupada's book. And he went, took it, and his nephew read the book. Oh yeah, like he wanted to learn English. And so he thought that by reading this book he will be able to learn English. So he started to read the book. And which book it is? Bhagavad Gita. So he wanted to learn English, but he ended up learning the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. And he became so impressed that he wanted to contact the devotees. So he didn't know where to contact because the book came from Los Angeles. So he wrote to Los Angeles. Los Angeles devotee who received the book, the letter, he sent an email in the free forum. That does anybody know if there is any contact in Burma, in Myanmar? And then he got the response, yes, there is a small center. And then this boy was told that yes, the devotees are there, so you can contact them. And he did that. And he became so inspired that now he is a full-time devotee. See, this is just to give an example of the importance and effectivity of an institution. It's one body. Wherever you want, yes, ISKCON is there. Right? And whoever wants to join, whoever wants to be guided, the opportunities are readily available. There are so many such instances, and the most important thing is Prabhupada's being there. Prabhupada's position. Like just consider, say, if somebody comes and meets a devotee, like the devotee will create some impression. But when that person gets to know about Srila Prabhupada, then what does he see? That here is a person, at the age of 70, he went to America. He set up this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. In 10 years' time, he spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. He wrote about more than 100 volumes of books. And he gave his Bhaktivedanta purport. He did this, he did that. Now tell me, who can match that achievement? And doesn't everybody want to get connected to some great personality? Like, just consider, if it is a choice between meeting the Pope and meeting Jesus, what will be the option? Natural option. If it's a choice between even Pope, who is the head of the Catholic Church, and Jesus Christ, I mean, who will you opt for?
Jesus.
Right. Now similarly, if it is a choice between meeting Bhakti Charu Swami and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who will be a natural choice? So that is the thing. And yes, and Bhakti Charu Swami has some importance because he is connected to Srila Prabhupada. And that is his importance. If he is not connected to Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Charu Swami will be another face in the crowd. And Bhakti Charu Swami has some importance because he is a part of ISKCON. You all are a part of ISKCON and we are parts of ISKCON, and as a result of that we have a relationship. So this is how we actually have to fully recognize the importance of Srila Prabhupada in our lives. Who is Srila Prabhupada? Let's not be sentimental. Let's be reasonable. Let's assess it properly with due analysis and reasoning. And when we do that, then immediately we get to see who Prabhupada is. Who has ever spread Krishna consciousness or any kind of doctrine all over the world in 10 years' time? Can you think of anybody who has so effectively has done that? Srila Prabhupada has done that. Who has written such volumes of books with such profound spiritual clarity? Srila Prabhupada. Like in all respects we see that Srila Prabhupada is an unique personality. And with the passing of time, Srila Prabhupada's glory and Srila Prabhupada's greatness will become more and more obvious. A time will come when people will recognize fully how great Srila Prabhupada actually is. Today we are seeing the greatness of Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? But just imagine what was the condition of Jesus when he was alive. They wanted to kill him. Then even after that, consider how Jesus was being seen. If anybody was found having any connection with Jesus Christ, they were persecuted, even killed. And it took 2000 years for the world to recognize Jesus the way they're recognizing him today. Give Srila Prabhupada 2000 years and you will see. So many people will come and go, but Srila Prabhupada's greatness will be shining forth. It's something like when you move away from a high mountain. When you're very close to a high mountain, you don't see the height of the mountain. You can't measure or you can't figure out the height of the mountain. Sometimes a small little hill will obscure the vision of the mountain. But when you move away, then what happens? All those small hills disappear, one after another. And then from a distance you see the height of the mountain. So that is what will happen. So many people will come and go, and in course of time they all will phase out. But Srila Prabhupada's greatness will become more and more prominent. So that is these are the two main factors. One is recognizing Srila Prabhupada's position or Prabhupada's role in our lives. Who is Srila Prabhupada in our lives? Second is the importance of institution to spread the movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu effectively throughout the world to the point of spreading it in every town and village. And the third thing is to hold the institution together. What does it take to hold this institution together for thousands of years to come? So these are the three main things that we discussed yesterday. Did you get a new battery? Still?
They just changed the channel actually.
Huh?
They just changed the channel, get a battery.
No, that's all right. It's going on. It's the last. Sachimata, can you hear me? Okay.
It's only going off once in a way.
And yeah, when I stop, it goes off. Maybe I shouldn't stop. And have the AC on. And tell them to have the AC on. Okay, so now I'll go into the book.
They started the AC.
They started it. Oh. So now we go into the book and reiterate these points. So I mentioned yesterday that Ravindra Sarup Prabhu first, he himself actually mentioned that he wrote a few pages and first few pages, and then he was asked to elaborate on those points. So their first initially was 1, 2, 3, 4, say about 4.5 pages. So, and then it has been elaborated into this book. So we'll basically discuss about the basic points. Does everybody have the book? Huh? Did everybody get the books? Okay. Okay, those who don't have the books, listen carefully. You have some. So, how many of you don't have the books? Let's see. Okay, Vashi and just came, and Preeti. 3 books, and Arjun also doesn't have. Those who don't have, pick up a copy. And the position of Srila Prabhupada. I'm just reading, listen carefully, and then we'll also discuss further on these points. Srila Prabhupada showed great concern that his position as ISKCON founder Acharya always be prominently recognized. He mandated that in each of his books, the title page and cover display his name in full. The title page and cover display his name in full. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, placed immediately below ISKCON. Similarly, he ordered the founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, appear directly beneath International Society for Krishna Consciousness on all ISKCON official documents, letterhead, stationery, publications, and signage. In these and other ways, Srila Prabhupada's special intimate connection with ISKCON is to be always honored. So, actually Prabhupada himself has instituted that. Prabhupada himself has established this standard. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, like in the early days when I was with Srila Prabhupada, and I would notice that Srila Prabhupada sometimes would emphasize on that. Sometimes even he would get very heavy. He would chastise some devotees. I used to wonder, in one hand, Srila Prabhupada is so humble. Whenever somebody gave Prabhupada some credit, he didn't want to accept it. Like for example, once I saw that in Calcutta, there was a press conference and the reporters were interviewing Srila Prabhupada. And one reporter started to glorify Srila Prabhupada, saying that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. But Srila Prabhupada has spread it all over the world. In a way, indicating that Srila Prabhupada has done something that even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't do. But Prabhupada's response immediately was, no, I haven't done anything. It is my Guru Maharaj and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had done everything. They only gave me the credit. So in one hand I saw this side of Srila Prabhupada. And then a few weeks, maybe a month after that, when Prabhupada was in Bombay, from Mayapur, Srila Prabhupada went to Bombay, and a big article came out in the newspaper about the Juhu temple which was under construction. And Prabhupada was shown the article, Tamal Krishna Maharaj read the article to Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada noticed, all throughout Prabhupada noticed that his name as the founder Acharya was not mentioned there. And Prabhupada asked who gave the interview to the press. So it was told that it was Surabhi Swami, who was the head of who was heading the project at that time. He was an architect from Holland. So Prabhupada called him. And Prabhupada chastised him so bad. All throughout I was thinking, I don't want to be in his place. But at the same time, at the back of my mind, I started to wonder, in one hand Prabhupada is so humble that he didn't want to take any, and all throughout I saw Prabhupada is so humble. He did not take any credit for anything. But here, because his name didn't come up with ISKCON as the founder Acharya, Prabhupada became so upset. And sometimes thoughts come to your mind, but then you just brush it aside, thinking, oh well, I don't want to think about it. So that thought came to my mind and I brushed it aside. I don't want to. My feeling was, whatever Prabhupada does is perfect. Whether I understand or not, he is perfect. And I tell you, it took me few years to understand why Srila Prabhupada was so particular. And that's what I spoke about yesterday. Why Prabhupada was so particular about his position as the founder Acharya. To hold the institution together. He was not concerned about himself, he was concerned about the future of this movement. The future of this movement lies in ISKCON. And ISKCON's integrity lies in Srila Prabhupada's position and the GBC position. These are the two factors that holds the institution together. Just the GBC alone is not enough. And Prabhupada's position, even as the founder Acharya, if the body is not there to hold it together, is not going to work. So later on, I realized that Prabhupada was so heavy about his position, so particular about his position as the founder Acharya, to hold the institution together. And as we mentioned yesterday, like we saw another phase that ISKCON went through. That is, after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, when 11 gurus started to function as if now Srila Prabhupada is gone and they are the leaders of ISKCON. The ISKCON now has been divided into 11 zones and they became the heads of the zones. And eventually we saw that how we begin to realize that that's also not the way. The way is that Srila Prabhupada's position will remain intact and everybody will function as a representative of ISKCON. Either as a leader or as a follower. The leaders are also, what the leaders will do? The leaders will transmit the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and bring the devotees within at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. They'll give them Prabhupada and bring them to Prabhupada. That's what the business of a leader is. And what the followers will do, it's already happening, we see. Devotees are joining ISKCON for what? Mostly the devotees had always been joining the movement due to Srila Prabhupada's teachings, due to Srila Prabhupada's books. How many of you joined ISKCON because of reading Srila Prabhupada's books? Due to Srila Prabhupada's books. So that is how you have been attracted to ISKCON, most of you. Although Prabhupada sometimes jokingly said, no, you have been attracted not by my books, you have been attracted to ISKCON by prasad. And that's also another factor. In those days, young Americans, the young Westerners, they were very much fascinated by the prasad. So, anyway, in whichever way one came to the movement, the initial attraction was Srila Prabhupada. And even if it was not, the GBC made it clear that first you develop your relationship with Srila Prabhupada. When you join ISKCON, what do you first do? 6 months? Didn't you chant Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra? How many of you chanted Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra for first 6 months? Please raise your hand. So what does it indicate? Who is your mainstay in ISKCON? Srila Prabhupada. And then your Shiksha Gurus and Diksha Gurus come. So that means the relationship with your Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru is in relation to Srila Prabhupada. Some people may say, well, you all are such fanatics. I say, well, it's good to be a fanatic in this respect. Fanatic means the negative connotation of fanaticism is that blindly follow something. But we are not blindly following something. We are following it with a very clear understanding why we are doing that. A soldier fighting a battle in the war front, is he a fanatic? No. Because why not? Because he is doing it with proper understanding and conviction. Is justified. That's the difference between a terrorist and a soldier. So the soldier is fighting with some genuine cause which is for the benefit of the world. But the terrorists, they are doing it by terrorizing people. They are trying to serve their purpose. So in ISKCON we are not fanatics. We are fighting for a cause, a real, which will benefit the whole world, which is going to benefit the whole world. So, okay, so should we go to the next one? Next paragraph? As founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada holds a unique position in ISKCON. We need to understand it deeply. As Acharya, his exemplary personal behavior is the model and norm for all ISKCON devotees. As founder, his personal standards and principles of action, his particular spirit or mood, take on a special shape and form in the organization he created. Each individual member internalizes that spirit, incorporating it into the core of his or her own identity. His spirit pervades the institution as the essence of his own culture, and the members becomes its visible embodiment in the world. So here, Srila Prabhupada's spirit prevails through the institution and also individually. Srila Prabhupada becomes the role model. Srila Prabhupada's ideology becomes the core principle of our involvement. So that is the meaning of an Acharya. What does an Acharya do? He teaches by example. Acharati iti Acharya. He not only teaches, but he teaches with his own example. And Srila Prabhupada is the personality who is teaching everyone of ISKCON through his own ideology, which is non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. And everybody in ISKCON accepts that principle. It is, everything in ISKCON has been standardized or established by Srila Prabhupada. Who established the standard? 16 rounds every day. Who established the standard? 4 regulative principles. Who established the standard? Mangalartik at 4:30. Although it's an exception here. Who established the principle that Bhagavatam class will be there? Whose Bhagavatam we are reading in the class? Whose Bhagavatam we will be reading for eternity? So in this way we can see ISKCON is actually the embodiment of Srila Prabhupada's ideology. And we are being indoctrinated by that. And as a result of that, we are actually becoming molded by Srila Prabhupada's ideology. Like wherever you go, ISKCON devotee means what? 4 regulative principles, chanting 16 rounds, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, shaved head. Of course nowadays things are changing a little bit. But that is the basic standard. At least for boys, shaved head, tilak, kantimala. Wherever you go, ISKCON devotees have a common standard. The women wearing sari or gopi skirts or kurta Punjabi also, kurta pajama also chalta hai. So this is the standard, a common standard across the board, across ISKCON. Right? So this is how we see, like wherever you go, it's common standard. Like they sell franchise, not that it's something to follow, but like Starbucks coffee. Wherever you go, Starbucks has the same standard. And same with all these franchises. And Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut, Dunkin's Donuts, everywhere has the same, presumably. I never took Dunkin's, nor did I take Starbucks coffee. But the common sense says that wherever you go is the same standard. Similarly, ISKCON devotees all over the world has the same standard. That is, the behavior is of the same type. And that is what Srila Prabhupada is doing as the founder Acharya. That is the meaning of Srila Prabhupada's role as the founder Acharya. He's the Acharya. He is teaching us everything. And we are molding ourselves according to his teaching. So now we go to the next paragraph. We revere and learn from the many great acharyas in our line. Yes, we have many acharyas in our line. But Prabhupada's role as the acharya is different, is unique. Yet as ISKCON founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada becomes unique among them for us. In ISKCON, Prabhupada himself remains present generation after generation as the single prominent Shiksha Guru, immanent in the life of each and every ISKCON devotee. A perpetual, indwelling, active, guiding and directing presence. He is thus the soul of ISKCON. As such, Srila Prabhupada himself continues to act effectively in this world so long as ISKCON continues as the coherent expression and unified instrument of his will. In this way, Srila Prabhupada remains the soul of ISKCON and ISKCON his body. So, there are many acharyas are there in our line, in our sampradaya. Now, did Srila Prabhupada create something new? No. Srila Prabhupada is continuing that line of Gauriya Vaishnava line. What Srila Prabhupada has given, Prabhupada as an acharya, he gave the teachings and ideology of all the previous acharyas in a way that it becomes perfectly applicable for this time and space. That is what Prabhupada's unique contribution. Like Prabhupada, say for example, Prabhupada wrote his books in English. Whereas the acharyas wrote their books in Sanskrit and Bengali. Previous acharyas. Now, if those books are presented in today's world, will anybody understand? Will anybody be able to? I mean, excepting some Bengalis who could read Bengali, the rest of the world would have been deprived of it. So what Srila Prabhupada did, Prabhupada considered how to present it in today's context through English. And Prabhupada presented it in such a way that it becomes understandable and acceptable by everybody. Like for example, the standard previously was 64 rounds. Prabhupada brought it down to 16 rounds. If it was 64 rounds, how many of us would have been able to chant? I mean, even with 16 rounds we have difficulties. And 64 rounds means the whole day just chanting and chanting and chanting. But Prabhupada saw the need to go out and preach, go out and distribute books. So good amount of time is going to go out in that. So that's why Prabhupada brought it down to 16. With 16 you are pretty comfortable, aren't you? Or are you having difficulties? Very good. So 16 rounds. And then go do what? Go out and distribute books. Go out and preach. And then Prabhupada made arrangements like, okay, you are in China, you can offer Chinese food to Krishna. You are in Italy, you can offer Italian food to Krishna. So this is how Srila Prabhupada made it, presented the principles or the teachings of the previous Acharyas in a way that will be perfect in the modern day context. And Srila Prabhupada created ISKCON. And in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada will always be the founder Acharya. No one is going to usurp Srila Prabhupada's position. Although Prabhupada said that in course of time an Acharya may manifest himself. But when you look at it, that somebody may become a very powerful preacher and so forth, but he will function within the structure of ISKCON. It's not that that person will now become the founder Acharya of ISKCON. No. As far as ISKCON is concerned, Prabhupada is the founder Acharya. Can anybody take that position? No. That position is exclusively reserved for Srila Prabhupada. So now you can see what Srila Prabhupada means to us. The need of an institution, and in that institution Prabhupada's position has to be very, very clearly established. Okay, now I'll invite questions. It's quite a heavy topic. I don't want to go on for too long and jam your brains. Yes, Jadurani?
Just a question. Is this book being translated into different languages? Is this book being translated into different languages?
Yeah, sure. It's already been translated into Italian, right? Mohini Priya? Madhusavita Prabhu, who is also a part of that committee, he took the initiative and translated. I am getting it translated in Bengali. Gopal Krishna Maharaj is getting it translated into Hindi. Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj took the responsibility to translate it in Russian. I think Madhusavita Prabhu also took the responsibility to translate it in Spanish. So in this way, yes, this book will be translated into all different languages. Any other question, Ramananda?
Yes, Guru Maharaj, could you say a little bit more about Srila Prabhupada's the spirit? You talked about the spirit of Srila Prabhupada, what that practically means.
Good. Prabhupada's spirit. Okay, what is the most important aspect of Srila Prabhupada? His surrender to his spiritual master. When you talk of Prabhupada's spirit, that's the first thing that you notice. His surrender to his spiritual master. And then total dedication to serve him in order to fulfill Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire. then what do we need? What do we see along with that? That Prabhupada is simply concerned about spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. He did not care for his personal interest, personal comfort, personal benefit. You know what time Srila Prabhupada used to wake up? Almost every day. Even earlier. Sometimes he would get up even at 12 o'clock. And he would get up, and what he would do? Start translating. So this is the spirit of Srila Prabhupada. Everything for the sake of serving my Guru Maharaj and his mission, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Yes, Radharani?
Prabhupada said that Prabhupada had predicted that there would be a future Acharya, but that Acharya would work under the umbrella of ISKCON and Prabhupada will always be the eminent Guru. So I'm thinking for the future, does it mean that our parampara will stop with Prabhupada?
No, the parampara will go on. Parampara will go on, but Prabhupada's role in that parampara will be unique. Like we are seeing, the gurus are coming, right? Generation after generation the gurus are coming. But as I mentioned yesterday, that instead of being the via medium between the disciple and Krishna, the Guru in ISKCON will be something like the via medium between the disciples and Srila Prabhupada. Like ISKCON as an institution will have a very special entity. And for the sake of fulfilling the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like just consider, again, that we discussed yesterday quite a lot, that in Gaudiya Math, there are very powerful preachers, sannyasis, very, exemplary in their sadhana and so forth. But preaching, what happened to preaching? Preaching practically stopped. Why? Because the institution got dismantled, disintegrated. I think, can't you get some new battery?
Yeah. They changed the battery this morning.
Huh?
They changed it this morning.
And can we have some other... Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Huh? Okay. So that is the important consideration. That, Srila Prabhupada's unique position will be on. Saraswati?
Maharaj, you mentioned yesterday the structure of the GDC and then the presidents and then the GDC does not, like the temple president has an autonomous position in a certain way, but that the GDC...
Autonomous in the sense, he is in charge of the temple. Yeah.
But what if the temple, let's say, is very weak, or a certain area becomes very weak? Does then the responsibility go back to the GDC for spreading Krishna consciousness in that area?
Actually, good point that you brought it up. I mean, in reality, we are seeing that, the weakness that you're talking about, the weakness in the management of the temple. the temple president is not strong enough or competent enough to take the responsibility and push the temple forward and so forth, then what happens? Therefore, we are getting some stopgap measures like temple council. One man is not capable of handling it. So collectively we are trying to, but that is not the ideal situation. Because ISKCON is going through a critical phase. That's why we are kind of falling into or compromising the standard. But I tell you, during Prabhupada's times, the temple presidents were very, very competent individuals. Prabhupada attracted so many competent devotees that those who are in leadership position, they're extremely qualified individuals. Actually, I remember even those days, in the mid-80s, or maybe even early 80s, not even mid-80s. Once Rameswar Swami, who was the GBC of different parts of America, he was telling us that, what's happening? Either give me the mic or stop tick-ticking. Okay. Hare Krishna. It's better. Thank you. Thank you. So, you see, he needed a president in some of his own. And he was telling that Prabhupada made us GBCs when we are in our early 20s. So many of us. And now, I can't even find a single temple president for such and such temple. Yes, that is the difference. Prabhupada attracted so many qualified individuals. And they completely offered themselves to his service. But after Prabhupada left, we are facing the crisis. And you have seen, like in the early days, the temple was full with devotees. Devotees were all living in a temple. But now hardly anybody lives in a temple. Everyone is outside. ISKCON devotees are mostly living outside. Temples are empty. So these are some unfortunate phases that we are going through. And now we hope that gradually we'll be able to overcome that situation. And it will happen. It will happen. I mean, in India we are seeing that. So many qualified devotees are joining. You see, IIT, the Indian Institute of Technology, is the most prestigious institution in India. And just to give you an idea, in Calcutta Temple, there are 30 IIT graduates living as brahmacharis. And so this is how we are attracting. Now, these individuals, coming from such qualified background, when they, take up the responsibility, it will be another case scenario.
Maharaj, yesterday what you said on the institutional setup, I have a question on that.
Yes,
I've
sure.
been thinking a lot. You said that after Prabhupada left, some gurus fell down, and then you are institutionalizing it so that in that case...
Institution has always been there.
Yeah, but...
It's not that we institutionalized after that. No. Prabhupada created that
Yes, but he
institution.
created with that in mind. That means going forward, if something happens, things can still be stabilized. Now, you also mentioned that the present guru is like an interface between the devotee.
Via medium, between Prabhupada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word you used. But I also think there's also a personal relationship between a devotee and a guru. So if, for example, in today's world, one of the guru falls down, well, by unfortunate means, how will ISKCON as an institution save that devotee from, withering away?
Who, the one who fell down or those who are following him?
Let's say if I am the devotee and let's say somebody is a guru and if guru falls down, it's not like a business where in Starbucks if one manager doesn't perform, you change him to another. Here it's a bit more personal and interpersonal.
Good point.
So how
Good point. Yes, very good point. So that's why to avoid that possibility, the devotee's actual or main relationship should be with Srila Prabhupada. Then you are avoiding that kind of mishaps or danger. So I can't see your hand is there, so I want to see it. It's blocking the way. You get it? You see, if you develop a relationship with me only, and then something happens to me, then you feel that you are lost. But if I make you understand that you are functioning, you joined ISKCON, and your business is to make spiritual advancement, and your spiritual strength actually is coming, your spiritual guidance, spiritual direction is coming from Srila Prabhupada. That's what we are actually conveying. Then if anything happens to me, it's not going to affect your spiritual life, because you know that your mainstay for your spiritual life is Srila Prabhupada. Right? Another example in that case we can give, as you mentioned in a way, that is not that you change a manager. In that same note, I will give an example. Say for example, there is a representative of or agent of say Toyota cars in London. Now, why do you go to that person? To get Toyota cars. You are not going to go there because you love his face. Like, you want the car and he is delivering the car. So you give him the money, he gives you the car. Now, if anything happens to that person, what will Toyota do? Toyota will appoint some other agent. And next time you go to buy a Toyota car, it doesn't really matter, or you don't say that because that person is gone, I won't buy Toyota. In most cases, that won't be the situation. You will see that I want Toyota and whoever is giving it to me, I'll take it from him. So similarly, we are here to get Krishna consciousness. Our main business is get Krishna consciousness. And whoever gives it, we will take it from him. If I say, because he is gone, I will give up Krishna consciousness, that will be a very foolish decision. And many people have done that because of lack of understanding and education. We don't want that to happen again. Therefore, we are trying to educate our devotees. Become educated. Try to find out why you are here. All right? Yeah, Vinod Bihari?
Part of the answer was already given, because I have something like similar. But then there's another aspect I was, like in our worship, we have a parampara, which comes up to Prabhupada, and after we put our own Guru's picture.
Okay, good point. It's good that this kind of points are coming up, because it will, I mean, these questions, I hope, is clarifying or will clarify many doubts. Yeah, so what is, I didn't answer his question.
I couldn't hear the question. They cannot see in the background.
Oh, okay.
question.
Yeah, can we possibly have a second microphone? Second? Huh?
They don't have.
Buy one. Well, anyway, okay. I'm sure you can buy one in their car. Huh? Let's see. But the question is whether the amplifier will have the option. Yeah. Anyway, see if it is possible, because we can keep it, like.
Or then get another system.
Right, that's true. We have that in Malaga. Yeah, that's one possibility.
So we can have a substitute in case like something.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good. Okay, the question. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that you were asking about next question. The question is that we have the parampara. Now the way it sounds like it's coming to Srila Prabhupada, and then after that what will happen? Like how the parampara will continue. I mean, this is actually a very, very pertinent question, and to tell you frankly, I am not in a position to give the clear answer to that, because probably we have to see what happens in course of time. But my take on that is that yes, it will come to Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON, and Srila Prabhupada will have a very prominent and unique role, unique position in ISKCON, right, as the founder Acharya. And generations after generations, what will happen? The gurus of ISKCON will act as a via medium between Srila Prabhupada and their disciples. So that is going to be a kind of a change because of the institution. Like, okay, in this respect, one discussion comes to my mind. Once we are discussing with some of our god brothers, I tell you, some of our god brothers are those who are not gurus in ISKCON, some of them are very critical. Very critical about our role and things, And I take it with the right spirit, I like to discuss, because we are not concerned about my glorification or my worship. We are concerned about the benefit of the world. That is what benefit of the world and ISKCON situation being properly established. One of our god brothers actually made a point which made a lot of sense to me. He said, Maharaj, your worship will go on only as long as your disciples are there. But Srila Prabhupada's worship will go on forever. Isn't it? I mean, makes a lot of sense. We'll be worshipped only as long as our disciples are there. And when none of our disciples are there, probably, but Prabhupada's worship has been established every day in every temple. Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja will be conducted. Now, see what is going to happen over a period of time. Srila Prabhupada's position will become properly established in this way, that his unique position. And taking that cue from that, the next generation, generations after generations, what will happen? The disciples of the Guru will worship the Guru, and the Guru will act as a via medium between Srila Prabhupada and their disciples.
But like today in present time, like somebody like a newcomer, when they ask who is he says Prabhupada, and he says who is this person? Oh, he's a disciple of Prabhupada. So like there's a direct link between like you and Srila Prabhupada. After 10,000 years,
they won't say that he's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He'll say he's the present Guru. He is representing Srila Prabhupada. He's a present Guru. Doesn't have to be Prabhupada's disciple. Already it's happening in ISKCON. Already it's happening in ISKCON. The second generation devotees are becoming gurus. Like Kadamakanand Swami and others also. And it will happen. So this is how the disciplic succession will continue. But in this context of ISKCON. And as I said, like that's the difference between having my ashram as a guru and being a part of ISKCON and representing ISKCON as a guru. There's an obvious difference. If I had my ashram, I could function in a certain way, like they're doing in Gaudiya Math, right? But what would be the effectivity of that? But being a part of ISKCON and functioning as a guru has another dimension. Okay.
Actually, I have some article which comes in the social networks. I would like to read out if you don't mind. It's about achievements of Srila.
Take the microphone.
Hare Krishna. There's some articles which they circulate in WhatsApp and other social networks. So something very interesting came up just recently about Prabhupada's achievements. Maybe they're not all, but they're part of them. But just it makes you wonder, makes you question, and just so it says accomplishments are amazing, huge and incredible. Between 1968 and 1977, he dictated a total of 22,000 pages of text. He translated and wrote purports to 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Reading one verse with purport daily would take the reader 49.31 years to complete. He translated and wrote the purports to 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita coaching. Reading one verse with purport daily would take 2 years to complete. He translated and wrote the purports to the 17 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita, in total 2,170 pages, or 11,555 verses. Reading one verse with purport daily would take the reader 31.6 years to complete. Reading one page daily would take 5.9 years to complete. He also wrote teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Nectar Devotion, teachings of Lord Kapila Dev, Shri Ishopanishad, etc. He created Back to Godhead magazine, which was monthly distributed in 1 million copies. He wrote 7,000 letters to his disciple, which was published in 5 volumes of books. Only Srimad Bhagavatam lectures he gave are compiled in 11 volumes of books. Bhagavad Gita lectures are compiled in 7 volumes of books. His conversations have been compiled in 42 volumes of books. He produced innumerable recordings. He established 108 temples. He published 147 books. Reading one book monthly would take 13 years. If one started to read one book monthly now in 2014, he would not finish till 2031. Besides this, he changed lives of at least 5,000 people who became his initiating disciples. And all of this is the most wonderful portion, part of it. And all of this Srila Prabhupada did in only 9 years, in the age between 70 and 80. Hare Krishna.
So here we are. How could he do that? How could anyone do that? Did anyone ever do that? No. And here lies the real glory and greatness of Srila Prabhupada. Okay, I'll suggest the organizers, you are one of them, print it out and give it to everybody. Give everybody a copy. Thank you. So you have, Ananda?
Yeah, my next question was very related to this, because it was a nice sharing. My voice is quite loud.
I think next year I'll make Hema Gauri the manager. Organizing team. Thank you, Hema Gauri.
So my next question was very related to Vinod Bihari's contribution, is that Srila Prabhupada has made such wonderful achievements. First of all of us, which we are here, we should,
make the mic face that way.
We we should somehow or other, try to glorify Srila Prabhupada and, make him, and make the world understand how important person he was. And my question was to Guru Maharaj, like, people who have done not even 10% of the achievements what Srila Prabhupada did, and they are published in all types of newspapers, magazines, TVs, televisions. Why is that Srila Prabhupada till today, I mean, of course in ISKCON temples and levels we have seen that he is glorified and worshipped, but still to many strangers, I mean, he is not that famous, you could say. So, like, what is the reason and what can we do about increasing the glory of Prabhupada?
Okay, good point. In the world where everyone is running after sense gratification, if somebody comes and says, give up your sense gratification, do you think he'll become very popular? And that's what is happening. In this world, everyone wants sense gratification. You promote sense gratification, they'll glorify you. But you go and tell them that give up your sense gratification and become serious about your spiritual life. They'll say, we don't want to have anything to do with it. Chaitanya Charitamrita actually makes a point like that. He says, just as owls don't see the light of the sun, in the world which is infested with owls, the greatness of the glorious achievement of Srila Prabhupada, which is like the brilliant as the sun, will not be recognized. Will not. Can an owl see the light of the sun? No. Similarly, these people are not able to recognize the greatness of Srila Prabhupada. But doesn't matter, it's happening. Does the sun wait for the approval or acceptance of the owl? The sun comes up and the whole world sees the sun. Those who have eyes can see the sun and benefit from that. And it's happening. ISKCON movement is growing. Maybe today, mostly they're householders, but it's happening. They're coming forward. And ISKCON will embark in another situation where many devotees will commit themselves fully. It's happening, and that's why you see, like, we have to actually emphasize our activities among the youth, because they are the ones, those who carry the ball and run. Householders cannot run. They're already stuck. But therefore we need brahmacharis and brahmacharinis. Mainly brahmacharis. Prabhupada said that there is one problem that I haven't been able to solve. I want all my boys to become brahmacharis, and I want all our girls to get married. So let the girls get married, but let the boys commit themselves. Srila Prabhupada told me during my early encounters with Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada just gave me a very clear instruction. Offer this life to Krishna. And eventually, you know what Prabhupada said? Offer this life to Krishna and don't get involved with any woman. And he explained how getting involved, getting married, you don't really have that freedom to be completely commit yourself. So I hope that phase is also coming when young boys and young boys will commit themselves fully and our temples will become full. Like during Prabhupada's times, our temples are full of brahmacharis. But now, just see, I am the only saffron here. Anyway, then you'll have to embark onto another phase and put on a saffron. Hare Krishna. Yes. Give the mic.
I'd like to know if there is a possibility for devotees outside of ISKCON to join ISKCON devotees for the purpose of preaching, say, for example, for
Good. Okay.
or something like this.
Yeah, it is possible. ISKCON has a resolution that anyone, irrespective of which sampradaya, which temple, which guru is coming, if he accepts Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya, and if he accepts the GBC as the ultimate managing authority, then he can become a part of ISKCON. One can join ISKCON no matter whoever he is. If he accepts Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya and the GBC body as the ultimate managing authority.
Even if he stays in his mat?
Huh?
Even if he stays in his Gaudiya mat, for example?
Yeah, even Gaudiya Math, they can join. It happened, there are some members out there.
Because I heard in Radhadesh there was a meeting who forbid some kind of this, to the devotees from Gaudiya Math to join ISKCON for the Harinam, for example.
Yeah, main thing is that, you see, they have to accept the institution, be a part of the institution. If they come to take devotees away from ISKCON, then we say, Hare Krishna, Dandavat. No, I didn't mean that. Okay. Thank you all very much. Is there any more question? Yes? Take the mic.
Last time at the debate about chanting, some of the devotees said they not allow chanting as a passenger in a train, tram, bus or flight.
What happened? I couldn't get that.
About chanting?
Chanting?
Yeah, as a passenger in a car, train, flight or something. Is that allowed or not allowed?
Chanting everywhere. Chanting in the plane.
No residence chanting.
Chanting in the plane.
As a passenger, you're not allowed to even discussing.
Well, if they have restrictions, then we don't break it. I mean, what do you mean? Like, we are saying that we shouldn't chant in the plane?
No, the devotee was saying, as a sample, there's some passenger, I'm a passenger, there's a driver. He wants to drive from here to there, and I'm chanting. And then God saying, no chanting in the car, because he's driving or he's driving.
Oh, while he is driving, he should chant.
Yeah.
In his beads.
Yeah, in one mind beat, but not chanting. Or I'm sitting in a bus, in a chair, and there's lots of people, I'm not supposed to chant.
Why not?
I'm thinking, I'm chanting.
Who said no?
Some devotees.
Who is that devotee? Anyway, it's not ISKCON policy. We don't have a policy like that. That when you're driving in a bus, you can't chant.
Even as a passenger.
I mean, if others don't feel disturbed, that is another thing. If others feel disturbed, then you don't, create a scene. But chanting means loudly or in japa?
Oh, japa.
Why not? We should chant all the time. Only when you're driving, then you don't chant. Anyway, these are something that I can't really say because I don't know in what context, who said it. Right? Okay, Ramananda?
Yes, Guru Maharaj, yesterday you explained that Srila Prabhupada is the spiritual authority in ISKCON. And then we saw that he made a member of the GBC himself. So how he was the spiritual authority. He was the spiritual authority, and at the same time he made himself member of the GBC.
That he did to show the importance of the GBC body. But although Srila Prabhupada himself placed himself as a member of the GBC body, but everybody in the GBC knew that Prabhupada is Prabhupada.
Okay.
Right?
And for example, I was still thinking about GBC position and all these things like we discussed yesterday. Can a GBC secretary, for example, say, you, because some things are not working, you cannot make spiritual advancement. You don't make spiritual advancement now. Can he say that?
You don't make spiritual advancement?
Yeah, you because he is upset or whatever, can he say...
I mean, GBCs have to be really in Maya to say something like that. Okay. Anyway, I mean, don't bring this, this controversy, like it's difficult for me to answer. Like I'll tell you why, how it's difficult, because due to time, place and circumstances, people may say something, and it's very difficult to hear from a grave through somebody else and then give a judgment. I'll give you an example. I was in one temple. One devotee asked, can we stop, is it all right that somebody asked me to stop chanting? Then I naturally said, no, I mean, how can anybody ever ask you not to chant? But then I found out what actually happened in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, when everybody is fast asleep. He is chanting in the middle of the thing by the pitch of his voice. So the devotees said, please, chant somewhere else. Not here, like everybody is sleeping. And we worked through the day and, like we need some good rest. Now, you see, that was the real scenario. But he came and presented as if somebody told him not to chant. Right? So that's what I mean, like, these are special situations that we cannot give just a, blanket statement,
Maybe for a second.
Yeah.
A small story that in relation to the prasadam, you mentioned that after the books.
All. That's the one question.
You mentioned Guru Maharaj that after Srila Prabhupada, books attracting devotees to ISKCON, the prasadam is also very important. So Yashoda Mataji just told me a story. She was recently coming to Radhadesh, and she was preaching to a man, and her husband just told her that actually he was a little bit drunk afterwards. But anyway, she tried to preach him, and then he was not responding very nice. So she was trying all kinds of things, and finally she took him to the tent where they served prasadam. And she was thinking, well, at least I'm going to make him take prasadam. So then he didn't want. He said, he was a French-speaking man, and he refused to take prasadam. But he kept sitting there. And then she took her soup, and then she turned, and behind her back, he took a spoon of her soup. And then when he did that, he said in French, merde. Merde means actually stew. It means actually stew. So in French they say like that, merde, So he was upset. So then Yashoda Priya, she said, what? These people try to make such nice prasadam. So many people in ISKCON, in the world, they don't have food. You out. So she felt very, very worried afterwards that she had been so strong preaching about prasadam. And I'm telling her that it was very good preaching actually.
Very good. Jasoda Priya is a wonderful preacher. Thank you.